The political earthquake shaking the nation's capital right now is something that even the most brilliant Nollywood scriptwriters could not have predicted. If you thought the ordeal of the former governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, was going to end with a simple administrative bill, you are completely mistaken. The headline you just read is not clickbait. It is the absolute, undisputed reality unfolding right now in Abuja. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission has just escalated this battle to a frightening new level. Shortly after ambushing and arresting him, heavily armed ICPC operatives launched a massive coordinated raid on his private multi-million naira residence located in the highly exclusive Aso Drive area of Abuja. This is no longer just an investigation. It is a full-blown siege on a man who, just a few years ago, was considered one of the most powerful and untouchable political figures in the entire country. To fully understand the gravity of this raid, we have to look at the exact sequence of events because the authorities are moving with ruthless precision. On Thursday afternoon, around 2 o'clock, a tactical team of ICPC officials descended on El-Rufai's Aso Drive mansion. They did not come for a polite conversation. They came to search every single corner of that property. Sources indicate that they were hunting for sensitive documents, financial records, and any hidden physical evidence that could cement their case against him. The news of the raid was officially confirmed to the public by El-Rufai's own media aide, Muyiwa Adekeye, who released a very brief but weighty statement on social media announcing that the residence had indeed been searched by the anti-graft agency. Naturally, his legal team is absolutely furious. His lawyer, Ubong Akpan, came out firing on all cylinders, strongly condemning the raid. Akpan described the entire operation as completely unlawful, arguing that it represents a gross violation of established legal procedures and a direct assault on the fundamental human rights of his client. But how did El-Rufai even end up in the custody of the ICPC? The timeline is what makes this story so incredibly dramatic. It all began on Monday when the former governor willingly presented himself at the headquarters of the Economic and Financial Commission's commission. He was there to answer questions regarding a massive, earth-shattering financial probe. He ended up spending 2 very uncomfortable nights in EFCC custody. Finally, around 8 o'clock on Wednesday night, his lawyers managed to secure an administrative bail. You can imagine the immense relief he must have felt, thinking he was finally going home. But that relief lasted only a few minutes. As he was leaving the EFCC premises, operatives of the ICPC, who had apparently been laying in wait, swooped in and immediately rearrested him. They whisked him away to their own facility, and the agency's spokesperson, John Ode, later released a test statement confirming that the former governor was securely in their custody for ongoing investigations. Before we dive into the explosive national security charges and the mind-boggling amount of money involved in this case, I want to ask you a quick favor. If you appreciate how we break down these complex political stories and give you the absolute truth without any sugarcoating, please take just 1 second to smash that like button right now. It is the best way to support the channel and push this video to more Nigerians who need to know what is happening. And if you have not done so yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. The political landscape leading up to 2027 is heating up fast, and we are going to be right here to bring you every single update as it drops. Now, let us talk about the real reason why the government seems to be determined to keep El-Rufai locked down. On the financial side, this multi-agency crackdown is deeply rooted in the findings of the Kaduna State House of Assembly. Back in 2024, the State House of Assembly dropped a bombshell report that aggressively indicted El-Rufai's administration. They accused his government of practically plunging the state into unpayable debt and allegedly diverting a staggering 423 billion naira in public funds through money laundering schemes and questionable contracts. The current administration in Kaduna has complained bitterly that the financial mess left behind has crippled their ability to function. So, the EFCC and the ICPC are effectively working in tandem, trying to trace where all that money vanished to, which explains the desperate search of his Aso Drive mansion. However, the money is only half of his problems. El-Rufai is also fighting a terrifying battle against the Department of State Services, the country's secret police. The tension with the DSS exploded last week after El-Rufai returned from a trip to Cairo, Egypt. Security operatives attempted to arrest him right there at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja, leading to a physical confrontation where his passport was reportedly seized. Instead of staying quiet, El-Rufai went on a live television interview on Arise TV's primetime program and dropped a massive allegation. He confidently stated that the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, was the one who personally ordered the airport arrest. But it was his explanation of how he knew this that crossed a massive red line. El-Rufai stated on national television that Ribadu's phone had been wiretapped and he had personally listened to the intercepted communication. In the eyes of the government, admitting that you have access to the unlawfully intercepted phone calls of the nation's top security official is a egregious threat to national security. The DSS immediately swung into action and filed a severe 3-count charge against him at the Federal High Court in Abuja, accusing him of cybercrimes and compromising public safety. So, when you look at the entire picture, El-Rufai is entirely surrounded. He has the EFCC demanding answers for 423 billion naira, the ICPC raiding his house and locking him in a cell, and the DSS preparing to drag him to court for cybercrimes against the National Security Advisor. Many political observers believe that this highly coordinated assault is deeply connected to his recent political moves. El-Rufai recently joined the African Democratic Congress, signaling a clear intent to heavily oppose the current ruling party ahead of the 2027 general elections. His supporters are screaming at the top of their lungs that this is nothing but a vicious political witch hunt designed to silence him and destroy his massive influence in the north. But his critics are equally loud, stating that nobody is above the law and that the people of Kaduna deserve full accountability for the billions of naira that vanished under his watch. As of right now, the ICPC has remained completely silent on what they discovered during the raid of his Abuja mansion. The entire nation is waiting with bated breath to see if they found the smoking gun they were looking for, or if their legal team will succeed in fighting off what they are calling a blatant abuse of state power. We will continue to monitor the situation at the courts and the anti-graft agencies because this story is far from over.